Yeah, I am quite tired actually. I'm tired, and this is boring. Slow. About the second half of this hour. Okay. I've got to through daughter. What the fuck? I'm walking through her first payout, setting up the wires. W8EN form is in, setting up the wires, and getting that payout. And yeah, who knows? Son and daughter in the future doing the same. Why not? Third hit on that 50. Doing. Initial draw stands. I'm going to take a little if it actually puts me in. If you may. That's not really hit the 62 yet. See what I'm saying? You can see just a gap there. It's not quite hit it. So I'm not really counting that as a hit and then the pullback yet. So I won't be adding or anything like that. And then you want it to pull down. And then you want it to go to targets. I'm not counting that again. It's tagging it, so it'll revisit it, right? Show you what we want to see. Okay, so it goes over. Now you want it to pull back. It's probably not going to pull back now. It's not going to pull back. I'm going to go in now. I'm going to have to go in small, but is it going to put in a decent pullback? You wait for the pullback. Always wait for the pullback, because that's something that you want to do. If you're going to do that, do it all the time. But we're up at 70, 71, almost 10 points above kind of where I'd expected to have pulled back at the bare minimum. But it's going off that equal through high there, basically. But I would have wanted just these internal ones. So is that one going to be the one that's going to give the continuation of the push? Don't know. It can. Where it came off, you see that one there, where it came off there, and I said it wants to come down to I say 62s? So that's these through highs here. It's if they've got the liquidity, the momentum to push this through to the TP. If it hasn't, if you want to talk about other areas, other levels, you're talking a lot deeper. So if you don't like it, you need to get the hell out if you're in the green now. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. A potential further deeper short is why I'm talking to myself. So apology. I'm just looking at the VWAPs short. The retest, the level that it's going to need before it goes and runs the TP. I'm not saying the big pivot. So like the closer it gets, like if I give it enough time, Be there, right? Look at that! Look at that! It's closed, but look at the lag on the system. Jesus, crazy. We don't. It's not even, but it's going there. We just don't know how much of a pullback we're going to get. We know it's going here. Right now, it's going here, regardless if it wants to come down and even hit this 50 again, it won't. It's going there. It's going 609s. Oh, contracts worth the risk in the end. Not sure I follow. Not sure I follow, but you're not in the red, are you, Pete? Yeah. Yeah. It's going there, mate. I'm staying on until it hits there. Just really for my video purposes, but it's going to hit 609s. There's no doubt about it. It's just when you enter up here, you want to enter. If you're entering up here right at the top, you just want to enter small, and it starts coming down to these levels. Like that was its. I enter one here. Right? Let's say I'm in a 50k account, so I can't lose. That's fucking nothing. That's fine. I'm not even asked about that. I'm only making $27. Pretty shitty. Where's my VWAPs, which you probably should both have on there? It's about there. So where's it probably going to come down? Market by 1. Oh, yeah. Didn't mean to do that. 1 second. Let me just correct that. Limit by 1. I sit that there because that one's been tested and that one's been tested. So if it wants to come down, that's where I'm expecting it to next come down. And then when that hits, this line of where I've entered will come in between these two levels because it's 1 and 1. If that was 2, that one would need to be 2. Because I want to always be sure that if I need to get out, I've got a bit of assurance to get out. And if it does pop up above, I can then put that stop above it because it should just go straight up then. If that fails, by the time it hits that, I'm in for 2, right? But then, if it wants to come down further, if it really does, because you'd be in for 2, you would want 2. And you'd probably want it here, 2%. Remember, it's still that draw. So we haven't hit and completed that negative 23. We've tested that 53 times. So I'm going to stick it on that 62, like that. And that would be a way to go. If you'd have already entered here at 1, then by the time it come down here, which is that level I said, at the minimum you would want it, which is why this one failed, then your next buy would have been here. You would have got in. And you'd probably been out by now if you didn't want to be edged a little bit like I played it. But just for now, for here's sake, for right now, this is how you do it. To be running this in past, on my clock, which you should be able to see, 4 o'clock, because then you can run in to a lot of ranged consolidation. So then if let's say the algorithm wants to stick that low and that high as the range, it could mess about in here for a pretty decent amount of time. It doesn't mean that's not going to hit, but it means it could take quite a few hours to hit. So you'd be going away biting your nails and probably worrying about the trade, especially if it was too heavy. It's not really a lot of fun. And if then you'd be constantly staring at it, trying to get these to hit and then trying to bring that you're not in it. So we've only got 6 minutes of this of this hour left. Yeah, no worries. We've only got 6 minutes of this hour left. So ideally, you don't really want to be. You don't really want to be. And I'm not in a trade. I'm in the practice, as you can see. I've flicked it into a practice, so it's fine. Because even about 5 past and we've not closed the trade, I ain't gonna bother staring at it. I'll just leave it. I would have preferred for it to come down and hit the VWAP, because then I can show you live options that you've got in order to stay in with the trade or looking to get out. Because the pop off the VWAP, once you've entered whatever the double the number of that is, should give you, well, it will do very, very, very often, high probability, you enough that if you really wanted to, if you was going away, if you didn't like the time, if you'd given it enough time, blah, 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 to get out the trade. Remember the first breaks here. If you'd have entered here on this first break, you'd have re-entered here, and you'd now, by the rule of just using, let's say, one contract in your 50k express, you would now be in 2 contracts and you would make $100. Obviously, it hasn't hit here yet. So that's if it does run the negative 23 now. As we entered late, and it hasn't yet hit the next level of which you'd expect a turn, following that trend there, off a VWAP, we're only in 1. And the safest and most conservative way to play this now is to not add, is to just leave it at the 1 and be content with your $50. And if you're thinking now, are we? It's going to run the TP. I can tell you where price is going to go. I just can't tell you when. And when we're in this time now, 90 minutes after the open, I'm even less sure of when. If you'd have asked me an hour ago, I would have said within the hour. We're now, on this occasion, past that hour. So if you start banging contracts up here, and then, because in this hour, and then it pulls against you, and then you start worrying, and then you start playing with this, and you start putting it above, because you're getting scared, and then you're scared, and if you're scared, you ain't going to make money. Scared money don't make money, and one way to not be scared is to just keep your size appropriate. Because by banging loads of contract, get a few payouts, and then you'll think it works, but it's not going to work every time. Like down here, that negative 23 that I missed, we didn't get any pullback, so I didn't get in on it. So then here, I just think, oh, it's just going to go again. No, this one's different, isn't it? You remember this one? Look at this one. Straight through, not a single stop in momentum. What's our new draw now? It's done that one. Through 50, 50, 50, 50. No, I don't want it. No, I don't want it. Do I want it now? Don't know. Size is the most important thing to get right. Because I've only got, let's say, I've got one account, so I'm only getting $50. Just so I can work it out. But if it was 5 accounts, that'd be $500. If it was $1,000, I'm barely taking any risk. For not adding, you'll see me add sometimes, really, but it's based off of experience and measured risk. A little bit like yesterday when we was pushing long and pushing long and pushing long. I calculated, we got a 30-point push back off the VWAP, and then we returned, and then I added over, and then the next level down was like another 20 points. So it was a calculated risk. But if I didn't have those risks to calculate, now, not really got those risks to calculate, I've just got the next levels and where I'm going to react before it goes back to that TP. And then going back to the edging as well here, you know, because we was encroaching on the time. What time did I get out of this? I got out of this at 1:45. Got out of this there. It's like 4 points lower than where my current TP is. Because in those accounts, I just didn't want to have this messing around. Often comes with this time. So, an option of trying to get out. So it'd be like your option to get out now. And then you do like it, right? And then if that didn't work and it didn't come to that, it didn't come as far as that, then you're going to be looking back at your fib levels, which would be the 50 again, the 62, the 78. That's like if you don't, if you was worried about the trade, if you didn't trust the trade. But don't forget also, there's another. Now, if that comes and hits, obviously I'm out at break even. But you could also leave your stop where it is and think, oh, do you know what? I don't want to miss it, but at the same time, oh no, stop, limit sell. I don't want to miss it, but at the same time, I don't want to risk that much money. Then if this hits, will reset you. So now you've reset. So now you're back to 1. This entry didn't cost you anything. Now you've got a better entry and you're going to make more money if it hits. But if it doesn't hit, right, you go back to this one. Obviously now you don't want to because you're in for 1. And you reset that one to 1. And then you start the game over again. So I said that there was your next point to give you a push. Will it give the push to go to the TP? I don't know. Maybe. If it doesn't, then you've got the next one. If it was earlier in the day, if we was just coming into the New York, I'd say absolutely, we're going to run this no problem. Valid. What do we not like about it? The time. But why don't we like the time? The only reason we don't like the time is just merely because this could take so much longer. This could take a lot longer time. But look at how many different ways you've got to play it. Let's say you miss it, you come in here and you go, well, I'm not getting in there. I'd rather miss it. So you don't, or you do, or you go in 1 there, then you go in 1 there, or 1 there, or 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, or 1 there, 1 there, or you don't go in there at all. And you wait every single time for it to come down to here. Let's say every time you wait for it to come down to hit the VWAP. You're going to miss a lot of them. You're going to miss a lot of them running this target. But you're probably going to be more successful overall. It's just if you can put up with that FOMO, oh, I've missed another, I've missed another, I've missed another. But the one that you're going to get is going to have less risk, less money to lose, and more money to gain, because your distance between your entry and the target is there. Because we don't know that that target is going to run, do we, until such a point that it's broke the top and broke the levels. We've done that. So it's a matter of when again. So now what you need to work out is how you want to play this. Are you going to enter every single time? Maybe a little bit like I do, but I've got a little bit more capital, so I enter really, really, really small, and then I double up as I go down. Are you going to be one of those people that's going to wait, and you're going to go, okay, great, the market's telling me it's going here now. I'm watching Scott. Scott said it's going here. Scott's in on it, but I'm going to wait for it to pull back because I don't like it when I enter. It's all got to come down to your personality. And then the personality has also got to go with the level of confidence that you're going to have in the trade. So it's the same trade, so many different ways to play it. I'm going to cover my loss here. I ain't losing this because it's had to go there off that high. It's had to go there off that high. It's had to go off VWAP. If it doesn't run this target now, I'm either going to totally come away from it and not play it and trade it at all, or I'm going to wait for that deeper retracement. But if it was me and if I was in my proper account now, I would just want out of it because of the time. Let's say in the first, especially in the first hour of the New York market, is minimal. It's not very often you're going to get this. After the first 90 minutes from open, we get this a lot, and you know this, and you know that's why I don't like trading at this time, for this exact reason of what you're seeing now. Because I know we're going there. I just don't have a clue when. It literally could be 3 hours away. Which could be just another touch of VWAP, but it's likely just going to mess about. It wants to run it likely a little bit later on. For now though, I'm done, because I'm not going to obviously sit here and wait for it to hit that target, which it will hit. Things to do. I hope that was worthwhile and educational for you, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.